I'm your host, Keith Lander, coming to you from Dayton, Ohio, the Gem City, as it once was called. And this show, we talk about, we go behind the news. We tell you the facts. We talk about international news, national news, local news, regional news, and anything else in between. Now, share the show out. You'll see you can like the show, subscribe to the show. Do subscribe to the show. Share the show out. We're trying to grow this show, and we want you to be a part of it, of this growth. You know, I mean, we ain't got no budget. We ain't sponsored by nobody. It's just us, just us, just the producer, with Kurt and me. So we don't have all them little sponsorships. We get to say what we want, and we mean what we say. You can believe that. But there's a lot been going on in the news, and I'm just going to, share some of the research I've been doing to share about these nuclear weapons that Israel is attacking. Iran, the United States throwing bombs in Iran, and we're going to talk about some of this stuff, y'all. And but first, let me give you a recap on these nuclear weapons. So this is an article out of from the Associated Press, and it says that 9 countries either say or have nuclear weapons or believe to possess them. Now, the 9 countries are: you got the United States, you got Russia, you got China, you got France, you got the United Kingdom, North Korea, Pakistan, Israel, and India. Now, Israel will not say, and I done seen several interviews from people in the Israeli government when asked the question, do Israel have nuclear weapons? They refuse to answer. Now, the international community believes and know that Israel has nuclear weapons, so I don't know why Israel is trying to hide the fact that they don't have nuclear weapons, because they do. Now, it goes on to say that all 5 signatures on the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, which commits countries that do not have nuclear weapons not to build or obtain them. Now, these countries, India, Pakistan, they haven't signed the NPT, and India was the first to conduct nuclear tests in 1974, followed by another in 1988. Now, Pakistan followed also its own nuclear test just a few weeks later. Now, like I say, Israel, which hasn't signed the NPT, has never acknowledged having nuclear weapons, but the international community believes Israel do. Now, here's an interesting point I want to make sure, and I want to make sure you hear this. This is from the United States intelligence agencies. Now, it says Iran has long insisted its nuclear program is for peaceful purposes only. Now, the U.S. intelligence agencies have assessed that Tehran is not actively pursuing the bomb now, but in recent years had been enriching uranium up to 60%. Now, the weapon capacity is 90%. And this article is dated June 17, 2025. So the fact when you hear folks like in the Trump administration say that Iran was on the verge or on the cuffs of getting a nuclear weapon and all this kind of stuff, that's not true. And the international community has made that known. So here's the thing what it comes down to. Are you going to believe a Donald Trump who has been repeatedly lied? And when we give you some examples of the lie, because I know you Trump fans, y'all want to say, oh, he ain't lying. Well, he said Mexico was going to build a wall. Mexico was going to pay for it. Did Mexico pay for a wall? No. He said he had a big, beautiful health care plan, and he was going to release this plan. Have you seen it? No. He said he was going to lower your taxes if you make under $400,000. Have you seen that? No. He said he's going to resolve the war in Israel and Gaza. He was going to resolve that in less than a couple of days. Have you seen it? So the bottom line is, folks, he said he was going to have companies move from foreign soil over here to the United States. Have you seen it? No. He said he's going to balance the budget. I'm going to get this budget deficit together. I'm going to do all this other kind of nonsense. Have you seen it? No. So who are you going to believe? A pathological liar, which is Donald Trump, or the International Atomic Energy Agency, who's experts on this, looking at countries who are trying to produce a nuclear weapon? I'm going to go with the agency and the experts, and I'm going to let the dum-dums and the rest of y'all follow the dum-dum who don't know anything about atomic energy. That's Donald Trump. So, now, here's what happened, y'all. In 2015, Iran signed a nuclear deal with President Obama, which would allow continuous monitoring in the compliance of exchange for relief for economic sanctions. Right? The agreement was set to expire over 10 to 25 years. When Donald Trump came in office in Donald Trump withdrew from the agreement in 2018, and he said, here's another lie, he said in 2016 that he promised to renegotiate the agreement, and that didn't happen. Another lie for Donald Trump. But anyway, when Joe Biden became president, Joe Biden wanted a longer and a stronger agreement, and at that point, when Donald Trump tore up the original agreement, which President Obama put in place with Iran, Iran said, nah, the heck with it, we ain't negotiating with y'all because you can't be trusted, you know, for whatever that's worth. Now, let me explain something to you. Now, the Obama campaign promised to make sure that Iran did not obtain a nuclear weapon. His administration secured an agreement formerly known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. In 2015, it was signed by the United States, Iran, as well as China, Russia, Germany, and the United Kingdom. So, President Obama had the plan in place, and guess what? It was working. Iran was letting the nuclear community to come in, let them go around, let them search, let them go in places that they wanted to go without restrictions. Donald Trump came in and tore it up, thinking he was going to renegotiate something or whatever the heck he's trying to do. I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't think he knows either. But the bottom line is what Donald Trump did when he got back in office now, as we see, that he had his military go and bomb what they believe facilities that was trying to make the nuclear weapon in Iran. Now, let me ask you something, folks. Was Iran an imminent threat to the United States at this day and time? That's the question we need answers to, because it doesn't appear that Iran was even talking about the United States, right? And Donald Trump sent the military over there and dropped bombs. Now, the bottom line is Israel also was attacking Iran for whatever reason. And let me say this about Israel. You know what I mean? Soon as somebody criticizes Israel, they say you're anti-Semitic. Shut up. We ain't talking about no anti-Semitic. We ain't talking about the people in the religion of Israel. We're talking about Benjamin Netanyahu and what his government is doing and what he's having his army do, which is create genocide in Gaza, killing Palestinians, starving Palestinians, men, women, and children, taking their land, just been taking their land and just mowing over people, just take their land and build settlements. Even Donald Trump said he wanted to have Gaza as a resort. So you moving people off their land for what, Israel? Right? And so Benjamin Netanyahu, you know, he is the one who's implementing this nonsense and starving and killing folks over in Gaza. Now he's over there picking fight with Iran. Let me ask you this, folks say, well, you know, Israel, they was the chosen people. Chosen to do what? What Benjamin Netanyahu doing? Starving people? Huh? Is that what God chose Israel to do? Starve people, kill people, drop bombs on innocent people, run over people, run them out their land, take their land, run them all up to a place where they can't even hardly survive? I don't think God chose these Israel folks to do that. Now, if I'm wrong, you prove me wrong. I'm talking about what Benjamin Netanyahu is doing. And you can call me whatever you want to call me. You can call me anti-this, anti-that, anti-that, but you won't call me anti-truth. And that's the truth of the matter. And we sitting back watching this. I sit back and I see reports, news reports, where old ladies over there in Palestine begging for food, kids starving to death, folks trying to fight and get food to survive, and Israel just keep attacking these people. Just keep attacking these people. And then y'all say, well, Hamas attacked them. Well, these wars been going on for over hundreds of years, huh? The kill them all strategy is not going to work. We already tried that, right? We tried that with the Native Americans. When this country tried to kill every Native American on the face of this earth, they tried it, but it didn't work. Israel's trying to do the same thing with the Palestinians. And I'm not going to sit here and let the guilt get me. I'm going to put it where it needs to be. Benjamin Netanyahu and his gang, they need to stop killing and creating genocide in Gaza and the Palestinian people. Now, you can disagree with what you want. I don't care at this point. So, let me move on. Also, the damage that was done when Donald Trump and his gang shot the bombs over in Iran. And Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth and all the other clowns up there that work for Donald Trump. So, oh yeah, we crippled them. They can't make no weapons no more. They be done. They told them up and all that kind of thing. Well, let me preview you to this here CNN report that CNN got their hands on. And it was a leaked report from the intelligence community. And I will read you verbatim exactly what it said. And this just came out just a couple of days ago. It says the U.S. military strikes on 3 Iran nuclear facilities last week did not destroy the core components of the country's nuclear program. It only likely to set them back by a few months, according to an early U.S. intelligence assessment that described by 7 people that was briefed on it. Now, it also says the assessment, which has not been previously reported, was produced by the Defense Intelligence Agency, the Pentagon Intelligence Arm. It also, these people and the Central U.S. Central Command also had a play in this intelligence. Now, get this, folks. Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth said that Iran's nuclear ambition have been obliterated. That's not according to the reports that was leaked by the U.S. intelligence community. So Hegseth, Donald Trump, they got a belief. That's all they talking about. Oh, we believe it happened. You know what a belief is, don't you? That ain't here and there. You know what actual facts and intelligence is, right? And what I'm telling you what these agencies has found, and CNN has reported it. And here's the kicker, folks. The White House acknowledged the existence of the assessment, but said they disagree with it. So they said they know that the report is true, but they disagree. Huh? They said they agree with the report that they didn't do the damage that they thought they did, not even cripple them, but set them back a couple of months. I read it. But Donald Trump and them say, I won't agree with it. I don't give a damn what you agree with. The report is there. You didn't do jack. You wasted all that money bombing them folks and didn't do jack. And now you're going to come out and let your chest poke out. Oh, we stopped them. Ha ha. You ain't stopped jack. You know what I mean? Come on, y'all. We can do better than this. So, let me move on. Also, this is out of Fox News. This is a Fox News report. Now, it says the International Atomic Energy Agency director says Iran enrichment uranium can't be located after the U.S. strikes. So, they can't find the uranium, folks. Let me move on. It says International Atomic Energy Director General Rafael Grossi said his agency does not know where nearly 900 pounds of potentially enriched uranium is located. Now, you know what that means, don't you? Enriched uranium is what they put in the centrifuges to make a nuclear weapon, folks. Come on, follow me now. Now, this is what the director of the general's office from that agency, when he asked about the host, said this to him. She asked, what about the statements that previously said that the 900 pounds was taken by accident to a site near another town in Iran? That's what the host actually. Where did they move it over there? And so here's what the general said. I have to be very precise. We are the IAEA, so we're not speculating here. We do not have information whereabouts of this material, folks. So, the international community don't know where all this material is. I don't care what Donald Trump, I don't care what Pete Hegseth said, I don't say what Marco Rubio said. The agency, that is the experts, said they have lost track 900 pounds of this uranium, folks. And Donald Trump's talking about he got his chest poked out like he did something. He ain't did nothing but put the American people in danger. Now, Iran does not have the capabilities of striking the United States cities. They ain't got that. We'll block all that stuff. But what they do have is they can reach some of the military bases around that area where the United States soldiers are. And they can get us sleeper cells in this country that do some terrorist damage like you've never seen before. They can do that. And one more thing I want to add to this thing. Here's another thing Iran could do if they keep messing with them, the United States and Israel. Iran has ordered the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, putting 1/5 of the world's oil supply at risk. Now let me explain what that is. Iran's parliament has voted to close the Strait of Hormuz, a vital shipping channel through which 20% of the world's daily oil flows. Now here's the kicker, folks. The move, which could block 1 billion in oil shipments a day. 1 billion in oil shipments a day if Iran blocks that Strait of Hormuz and don't let those oil tankers come through. They can shake up the oil world just like that. You know what I mean? So the fact that Trump got his chest all poked out and he ain't did nothing, neither one of them did nothing. They don't know what they're doing. They just chaotic. And now you got Trump going on TV, he cussing, he using the F-bomb. They don't know what the F they doing. What kind of man is that? He sound like somebody drunk uncle at the local bar. Matter of fact, I found local drunks speak more intelligent than Donald Trump. so that's just me. That's a joke, y'all. Y'all can take a joke. So here's the thing, y'all. Now the final decision hadn't came through yet. The final decision would be made by Iran Supreme Council, which they should be voting here any minute. And from what I understand through news reports, there's been a ceasefire agreed between Iran and Israel. But I will say this thing is far from over. Folks ask me, are we going to war? What are we going to do? I don't know. Everything hinges off of what this president we got in office do. Because people will listen to him. He shoot off the cup, he shoot off the mouth, he shoot his lips so much he don't know what to believe. And that's dangerous, folks. He's got nobody around him to tell him that it's wrong. Everybody around him tell him, oh yeah, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. And when he do it, it comes out to be, as my mama used to say, ass wrong. Right? So I don't know what we into, but I can tell you this. Donald Trump has put a lot of people in danger by his action and his administration. So remember the next time when you go vote, midterms coming up in 2026, remember, vote like your life depended on it because it may very well. All right, thank you for viewing, and until next time, may God bless you and your family.